today?
It's good give and take. Yeah, that's kind of what you're looking for as a coach is, just being both sides, being competitive, playing hard, making plays when they have a chance to make plays. Had some mental miscues, so those are things. I think we got some great teaching tape as far as just situational things that we should have done a little better and been a little more football smart. But, overall, this is really the type of scrimmage that we were hoping for.
What improvements did you see from the defense?
Well, defensively, it's just assignment sharpness, played a little more aggression, just played more confidently. So, that was, they definitely made it very difficult for the offense to, sustain drives. They kept their demeanor, made big plays here and there. So, defensively, that's what you got to do, fight, bite, and scratch, claw, whatever those terms are. That's the type of mentality you got to have.
Pleased with how the defense stopped the run?
Yeah, that's I didn't see any stats, so I don't know to what extent the run was stopped. A lot of that we're working on schemes offensively too, so there wasn't necessarily that philosophy of going in trying to establish the run game. So like I said, I don't know what the numbers are, but I thought there too we ran the ball fairly well from time to time. I thought the offensive line, especially the number one offensive line, did a pretty good job.
How do you deal with a give and take this week after offense had good production last week without feeling like they took a step back?
Well, this week a lot of it's mental. We're going to practice tomorrow, but it'll just be helmets and shorts. Then we give them Monday off, and then we come back Tuesday. A lot of our hope that we accomplish this week just getting used to school being on. Now you got to be a student, then a football player. And, so Tuesday and Wednesday will probably be challenging practices for us, just getting into that routine. And then at the same time, still trying to get better. But this really has to be a mental week.
As you mentioned that, school and everything kind of slows down at least a little bit. Do you feel like you're happy with where you're at this point?
Yeah, I think we're on track. Naturally, the only way that you'll really know where you're at is when you get to game day. But I think our guys have positioned themselves to have a chance to be competitive, and that's what you try to do as a coach is give your guys a chance.
What were the impressions of the three quarterbacks today?
I thought all three, did pretty well in the course of the day. Managing offense, there's a lot on their plates. The 2-minute, we had spent some time on the week trying to get comfortable with that. I thought that we did a very good job just managing the 2-minute offense, making sure that the calls were being made in a timely fashion and coordinating the on-the-field stuff. I thought all three quarterbacks did things well.
How close are you to making a decision on who your starter is going to be?
Well, we got to meet staff-wise and naturally talk with the offensive coaches and see what they're ready to do and then make some decisions from there.
You still expecting to do it this weekend?
Well, we'll do it probably, I don't know exactly when we'll do it, but we'll meet as a staff and kind of go through all the scenarios.
Talk about the progression of your receivers.
I like our receiving core. I think they got a little chip on their shoulder. They got something to prove. Their attitude's been good throughout camp. They come out, they compete. They really take pride in going for the football. We got some young guys that, want to make their mark, and we got some veterans that, this is their one chance to shine. And, your Cameron Fuller and Luke Standiford, and they've been in the program a long time, but now is that their opportunity to make it happen. So I like their attitude.
How much do you like the depth at running back too?
And you got to be deep at running back. Seriously, you need 3 to 4 running backs that can all split the load, and because that's the one spot you're going to get banged up from time to time, and the more strength you have at running back, I think the more consistent you can be.
You started using Strother a little bit more towards the tail end of the season. What do you like about him? Why was that?
Well, both Sharif and Steven Strother, I think, as the season progressed last year, their playing time and status was elevated, and Steven was starting some games for us down the stretch. He has that big play potential, and I think with Sharif, what you're seeing is he's improved his speed over the off season and running very confidently. And then you saw Jewel Hampton today. He's a guy that has the power plus has the speed that can break away. And then Muku was a good compliment. And, the things we can utilize those backs all in different capacities, have specific roles for them within the offensive package, and, that's what we'll do.
How concerned are you for penalties? They came into play again today, negated a touchdown, and set you back a little bit. Do you think you'll be able to clean those up? Or?
Well, one thing you got to this is the only time in the course of a year that I'll tell the officials before the game, if there's anything close, throw it. So, we want to make sure that that we're being extra careful of doing things right now. So if it's anything even suspicious, I want them to throw the flag just so that we can coach it up. And, those are those coaching points that I've been talking about. And the game's not on the line today, so, this is where you address those little things that hopefully don't come back and hurt us during the season.
Has it been a big change for you keeping that 10-second runoff in your head this year in the last minute of the game?
Not at all. I mean, I usually just think about it in the last minute of the game, but it's pretty simple. It's if you're on defense, you can decline the 10 seconds or take it. If you're on offense, if you don't want the 10 seconds to be taken off, you can call a timeout, which we were in that situation at the very end where offensively you take a timeout, which gave us, kept 11 seconds on the clock, and we scored the next play.
2 weeks into camp, how's the overall health of your team?
We're banged up. We got the pre-fall, I don't want to call them blues, but the pre-fall bumps would be a better way to put it. We got to get some guys healthy right now, and we got to make sure that our legs come back as a team here this week too. So, we're like every other team in the country, we got our bumps and bruises.
Is there anybody you think won't be available for the SEMO game that you can tell right now? Do you think those guys will be, the starters that missed today will be available?
We'll see how good our athletic training staff is. And no, right now I don't know what the status is. So a lot of times it's a day-to-day situation.